we need to debone the legs. So you're going to just look for the knuckle and then take the knife as close to the knuckle as possible and then onto the bone and just pull the knife across the bone and follow it down along the leg just above the tendon there. We're going to take it off, so then cut the meat from the knuckle. You always keep the knife against the bone. You see there I've just been cutting it into the bone. Just taking off as much meat as possible. There's a little knuckle here that we now need to try to take out as well as. So work around the bone, underneath the bone, taking off as much meat as possible. And then around that knuckle so we don't leave the knuckle on. There. That's the leg deboned. When you lay it back onto the table, just check that the knuckle has gone from this area here. If there's any cartilage left, just look for it and take it off. So there's nothing left in there. You can see there's two natural muscles that will just fold into each other, so I get a lovely joint once we roll it. Need to add seasoning. So we got 6 grams of game seasoning. Then we add a layer of prunes. Now remember the two muscles fold over, so the middle line is actually slightly diagonal. And just put the prunes in a single layer, and then we just fold it over. So now I've got a joint there of the leg stuffed with prunes. We need to wrap that and hold that in shape. We're just going to take cling film, I'm going to put the joint onto the cling film and I'm going to roll it in cling film. You're probably going to end up giving it at least a minimum of 10 layers. The prune's trying to escape at the moment. Back on the inside. And then roll. So I've got enough cling film at both ends so I can seal it off. I'm just pushing the meat back in at that end. So I need to make 2 ribbons that we're actually going to tie this joint together with out of the cling film. And there we go, just roll one end, use the cling film then. You could use a piece of string if you want, but the cling film's just as good as. We're not putting a lot of pressure onto this joint. It's going to get cooked gently in a vacuum bag in the water bath, so just nice and tidy. We'll do the opposite end, same again, just hold it, roll it, you get a beautiful even joint, as even as you can possibly make it. So then once it's cooked, it's easy to portion. Snapped, take it, tie it. That's ready to go in a vacuum pack bag, sealed tightly in a vacuum pack bag, and then cooked. Before you put it in the bag, we're going to take all the air out, so just puncture the cling film to let any air inside of that joint to come out when we're sealing it, so it wraps really tightly. That's ready to cook.